Good evening, and welcome to the Class of 2020 Virtual Commencement Ceremony. I am the proud principal of Henry Hudson Regional School, Mrs. Lenore Kingsmore. At this time, I would ask that you rise in your homes as I invite Olivia Crowther, Student Council Vice President, to the podium, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing while the Henry Hudson Regional School a cappella choir sings the Star-Spangled Banner, created for this ceremony by Mr. Jeff Starr, musical director.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is my pleasure to introduce Louise Nastasi, Student Council President, to deliver her welcome address.
Good evening, Dr. Compton, Ms. Kingsmore, Board of Education members, faculty, family, and friends, and welcome to the Class of 2020 Graduation Ceremony. It is my honor as a Student Council President to deliver this welcome address. At the moment, I am talking to you all through a computer screen. If someone told me this is what my graduation ceremony would be like, I'd probably tell them they were insane. However, this momentous occasion will not be overshadowed by the pandemic. Graduation ceremonies mark major transitional moments in your life. They celebrate all the hard work you put into your education and achievements and look forward to the future. I'm not one to tell people to be selfish, but we all work tirelessly to be here, celebrating this moment, and I refuse to let anything overshadow our achievements. Over the past 6 years I've spent at Henry Hudson, I've seen a tremendous amount of talent, hard work, and passion emerge from our class. We have future athletes, future healthcare workers, future Broadway performers, and future engineers graduating amongst us. We hold the future in our hands, and for that, I say we can be selfish and celebrate the past before we look forward to our futures, because we didn't get here without dedication, perseverance, and grit. The world can be a scary place, especially now. Our day-to-day is filled with unknowns, but I know that we have developed the skills as a class to persevere when faced with adversity. I truly believe this group of 57 admirals will change the world into something we can be proud of. When President Obama addressed our class a few weeks ago, he said, "With all the challenges this country faces right now, nobody can tell you, no, you're too young to understand, or this is how it's always been done. Because with so much uncertainty, with everything suddenly up for grabs, this is your generation's world to shape." Our world's present and past leaders have faith that our generation will be the ones to cause much needed change. And if they believe we can do it, I know we can. As we always have, continue to persevere and dedicate yourselves to your passion, and success will come. Congratulations, Class of 2020. Now, let's get this graduation ceremony started.
It is with great joy that I introduce Julian Lavara and Sarah Sweeney for their final senior musical performance. They will be performing You've Got a Friend in a duet with the direction of their music teacher, Mr. Jeffrey Starr.
When you're down in trouble and you need a helping hand, and nothing, oh, nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest nights. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah. You've got a friend.
If the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon you'll hear me knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. Now ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you, oh, and desert you,
And take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them.
you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall,
All you've got to do is call, and I'll be there.
yes, I will.
You've got a friend.
You've got a friend.
Ain't it good to know you've got a friend?
Ain't it good to know that you've got a friend?
Oh yeah, you've got a friend.
It is my honor to introduce Alyssa Curry, the salutatorian for the class of 2020, for her salutatorian address.
Good evening. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you to Ms. Kingsmore, Dr. Compton, Mr. Esposito, and the Board of Education for everything you've done for our class throughout this pandemic. We may not have had our prom or senior events, but you've all certainly made this senior year as memorable and special as possible. And for that, we cannot thank you enough. We know it couldn't have been easy, and although it may not always be evident, we truly appreciate all that's been done for us. It's absurd to think that not too long ago, we were all walking these halls, itching to get out of classes, out of high school. But now, after almost 4 long months in quarantine at home, that's finally happening. Maybe this isn't how we pictured it, but we're all graduating, and this place will eventually be a part of our past. This small school has given us opportunities that we wouldn't have had anywhere else. We've laughed and cried, supported and fought with each other. But the truth is that we're all family. And yes, there are people who grow apart, but the friendship and bond will always be a part of us. We may not have felt like it 100% of the time, or wanted to be in high school most of the time, but we have always had each other, through both thick and thin. No matter what, though, we can honestly say that we have been there for each other for the past 6 years. But pretty soon, each and every one of us will step out into the world. We'll be the small new 7th graders once again. We'll be our own people with our own plans, whether they include college, work, the armed forces, a gap year, or anything else. We'll have to remember the support we've had in and out of this building, the strength we've displayed, and the people who have lifted us up when we couldn't do it ourselves. Never forget your past, because it made us into the young adults standing up here today. As Arthur Ashe once said, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. I'm confident that our class will create bright futures while always honoring the past and those who have supported us. We have to remember, though, where we came from. We have to remember who we did this for. I'm sure we all have people we want to please: parents, siblings, grandparents, friends, and faculty. And all of these people have pushed us to become the adults we are today. They've been here with us through both success and failure. Whether it be driving us to school, helping us pass a test, or even getting us coffee in the morning, they've helped us evolve from the young, awkward middle schoolers into the capable adults we are today. But in the end, we have to do this for ourselves. We have to be able to look back and be proud of the memories we've made, and more importantly, the people we are becoming. Each and every one of us has worked to get to this moment. We've overcome the obstacles life has thrown at us that have tried to bring us down. Take pride in who you are and all that you've accomplished, because we will only grow from here. We finally made it. Congratulations, class of 2020. Let's go out and make something of ourselves. We deserve all the world has to offer.
At this time, it is my honor to introduce Cecilia Crowther, the valedictorian for the class of 2020, for her valedictorian address.
Good evening, Dr. Compton, Mrs. Kingsmore, Board of Education members, staff, friends, and family. Although it's not how we pictured it would be, we finally made it to this day. After 4 short years of spirit weeks and decathlons, memorable sports games, and lightsaber fights in the cafeteria, we are officially Hudson alumnus. From freshman year, we have all metamorphosed into substantially different individuals. Throughout these scary years of change, however, one thing inarguably stayed constant: the indisputable care of our teachers. As said by Dan Rather, the dream begins most of the time with a teacher who believes in you, who tugs and pushes and leads you on to the next plateau. At Hudson, we are fortunate enough to learn from teachers who share a palpable sense of dedication and desire for their students' success. For many of us, it was with the guidance of our educators that we were able to formulate our own curiosities and goals for the future. For this, I thank you all on behalf of the senior class. To Senor Montegrasso for his unwavering faith in his students, to Mrs. Merrigan for her ability to brighten any cloudy day, to our hardworking principal, Mrs. Kingsmore, who has nearly driven herself crazy throughout quarantine, to make sure our senior year was special. To the coaches who have led their teams to victory in spite of small numbers, to all of the female STEM teachers who have demonstrated the power of representation, and to everyone else who has helped us make it to this day. As we start our next journeys in college, trade school, the military, or the workforce, we will be saying goodbye to our favorite coaches, advisors, and mentors, while opening the door to many more. With this, I hope that you all remember to seek out those who inspire. Secondly, I expect you all to continue your education even outside the classroom. Through the internet, we have access to an overwhelming amount of information. And as digital natives, our generation has been given a greater voice than any before us, through the massive platform of social media. We've been granted the ability to create great changes in the world, to address the inequity that we're surrounded by, and fight for justice. For this reason, I hope you all recognize the infinite opportunities that we have to become educated, and the importance of doing so. Although after today we are officially adults, we still have a lot to learn. Nonetheless, I am confident that you will all do great things in the future, with determination to form new connections, seek new discoveries, and advocate for change. Congratulations to us, the class of 2020.
Dr. Compton, Superintendent of Henry Hudson Regional School, will now share her remarks with the class of 2020.
On behalf of the Henry Hudson Board of Education, Board Chair Gail Woods, Vice Chair Melissa Moore, and myself, it is truly a pleasure to address the 2020 Henry Hudson Regional School graduating class as your Tri-District Superintendent. As the class of 2020, you are leaving a legacy like no other because you have experienced the COVID-19 pandemic. After Friday, March the 13th, you could no longer return to your beloved Henry Hudson Regional and attend classes in your school building. Like all other 2020 graduates in the nation, graduation is not the same for you, and we're totally living in an unprecedented time. As the 2020 class, you will always hold a special place in our hearts because you could not have a normal end of the school year. But as I have said before, you are Jersey strong and you will move forward and be the leaders of tomorrow, and truly you can make a difference. Remember that today is the most important event in your life. It truly separates childhood into adulthood and leads you into the next chapter of life. Let's go back and reflect and remember how that all 57 of you made it here today. To the parents, grandparents, siblings, and other family members, this is a turning point in life. Today, we must be extremely proud of our Henry Hudson graduates as the class of 2020. You will be the 58th class to graduate from the school since the first class in 1962. Yes, this has been my 7th year to be with you, but you truly are leaving your mark in history for Henry Hudson Regional. First of all, you've had an outstanding staff and an outstanding principal, Mrs. Kingsmore, that have prepared you for this day for 6 years since middle school. My message to you moving forward is to be a role model and make a difference in society. I want you to dream, achieve, and succeed in your next chapter of life. Also, please come back and give back to both the Highlands and Atlantic Highlands communities. I want to remind you never to forget where you came from. In closing, always be an admiral and be proud to be a member of the 2020 Henry Hudson Regional graduating class. I wish you nothing but joy, health, success, and happiness in the years to come. Remember that we love you and that we are extremely proud of the class of 2020.
Good evening, Dr. Compton, Mrs. Woods, Board President, Board of Education members, staff, parents, family members, and most importantly, seniors of the class of 2020. It is my honor and privilege to be speaking to you virtually tonight, as this is the only way we can honor you at this time. You've been through a lot in your 18 years on Earth. You've experienced a hurricane that wiped out many of the homes in Atlantic Highlands and Highlands. Even some of yours were damaged and your life's possessions lost. Now you are experiencing a pandemic, something I thought we as a country would never face again because of all the technology and knowledge in medicine and science. So the expression never say never and history repeats itself comes to mind when I think about these two major events in your lives. But that is not what we are here tonight to celebrate. We are here to celebrate you and your accomplishments at Henry Hudson Regional School. Through this all, you have demonstrated perseverance, hard work, ingenuity, creativity, and humor. You've learned that many things you took for granted, like your family, friends, and teachers, are precious gifts in your life to be loved and respected. You've gotten to see the world from a different vantage point, and it may have inspired you to take a different path in life due to what you have experienced over the last 3 months. Whatever this has stirred inside of you, use it to make a difference in your life and in the lives of others. Mother Teresa once said, "I alone can't change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples." Knowing each of you, I know that you will create many ripples and make this world a better place. Many of you are off to college to study biomedical engineering, forensic science, teaching, while some are off to work in the field that they have studied in vocational school. Some of you are still deciding what path you will take and going on to Brookdale to find your passion. Whatever way you choose, choose wisely, because no matter what you choose, doing for others and caring unconditionally for those you encounter in life will be your greatest accomplishment. You are my 10th graduating class at Henry Hudson Regional School. You are among the first to graduate virtually, receive a STEAM Academy diploma, receive an amazing amount of scholarships from colleges and universities from around the country. You've been the class that grew up with our beloved Hudson. You are the group that has shown leadership when staff members have been absent from school. True grit on the basketball court, soccer field, tennis courts, cross-country meets, baseball, softball, and field hockey fields. You have cheered on your peers to victory and consoled them when they lost in close matches. You have traveled to Keyport to play volleyball, even though it was a challenge. You competed in wrestling with players from another school, and you never gave up. 12 of you experienced something that many listening tonight will never get to do. You were present for the ringing of the peace bell in the United Nations Garden in New York City. What a great day to spend with you all, and one that I will never forget. I am honored and proud to have been your principal for the past 6 years, and know that with the support of your parents, guardians, family, and friends, and the excellent education you have received from the talented staff at Henry Hudson Regional School, you will go forth and make a difference in this world, in the lives of others, and I will be standing on the sidelines smiling because you have made a difference in my life. Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it. It is with great pride that I recognize the following students for their scholarship earnings in the amount of $1,659,968. Aiden Casey. Blaze Coven. Cecilia Crowther. Olivia Crowther. Alyssa Curry. Ralph D'Antonio. Holly Diavisalvi. Audrey Ehrensberger. Bailey Eikens. Daniela Gerzelnik. Sophia Gaida. Zoe Hagan. Casey Halp. Grady Hendrickson. Gina Keel. Julian Lavara. Thomas Lazicki. Michael Moore. Louise Nastasi. Celine Ramirez Marino. Michaela Roberts. Edward Jack Robinson. Jason Rockefeller. James Smith. Emma Strell. Sarah Sweeney. Jack Thurman. Karina Vidal. Joshua Winters. Congratulations to all the scholarship winners. Dr. Compton will now present the senior class to the Board of Education.
I hereby certify that the Henry Hudson Regional School Class of 2020 has met and satisfied all standards established by the Henry Hudson Regional Board of Education and the New Jersey State Board of Education. I present to you the class of 2020.
At this time, I will now read the names of the Henry Hudson Regional School graduates for the class of 2020 as they receive their diplomas virtually this evening. Michael A. Adams, Jr. Phoebe Alawafemi Allen. Charlotte Rose Bagato. Nicholas Brown. Aiden J. Casey. Blaze Joseph Corvin. Matthew John Crossan. Olivia Crowther. Ralph A. D'Antonio III. Mario A. Diaz. Holly Nicole Diavisalvi. Thomas Doherty. Audrey K. Ehrensberger. Bailey Eikens. Daniela Renee Gorzelnik. Sophia Gaida. Zoe Shea Hagan. Casey Raymond Haupt. Sean Dennis Haupt. Grady Everett Hendrickson. Jada Maria Henry. Michael Joseph Hoey. Ava Elizabeth Iannacy, Luke Johnson, Gina Keel, Julian R. Lavara, Thomas S. Lazicki, Sarah Matlaga, Michael G. Moore, Jr., son of Board of Education Vice Chair Melissa Moore, Justin Josiah Murphy, Louise Cecilia Nastasi, Zachary Elwood Panera, James Robert Pekarovich, Theodori Kirko, Celine Lisbeth Ramirez Marino, Ariana Jency Ramos, Michaela Louise Roberts, Edward Jack Robinson, Jason John Rockefeller, Rachel Lillian Rodriguez, Kevin Santiago, Christopher G. Saunders, Jacob J. Surgis, Mariana Andrea Surgis, Christian Joseph Seifert, Garrett Jesse Shine, James Patrick Smith, Anthony Soriano, Emma Barbara Strell, Sarah Elizabeth Sweeney, Jack Thornton, Jack Shaw Thurman, Karina Elizabeth Vidal, Jacqueline Jane Werdan, Joshua Winters. The salutatorian for the class of 2020, attending Virginia Tech in the fall, Alyssa Nicole Curry. The valedictorian for the class of 2020, who will be attending the University of Michigan in the fall, Cecilia R. Crowther. Congratulations, graduates. Please enjoy the slideshow produced by Jack Thornton, senior and future filmmaker. Enjoy. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Student Council representative to the Board of Education, Ralph D'Antonio, to deliver the farewell address to the class of 2020.
It is time for things to come to a close for the class of 2020, as well as this commencement ceremony. Over the course of 6 years, the sports competitions, academic accomplishments, and student-teacher relationships are memories that will never leave our minds. Our time at Hudson is one that will be remembered for years to come. I know we will miss seeing everyone's bright and happy faces at 7:15 in the morning. We will miss Mrs. Farrell's undivided hard love for all of her students, and Mr. Feeney giving us life lessons on disciplinary action. We will surely miss the times when Mrs. Kingsmore has yelled over the loudspeaker, "Lockdown, lockdown," giving everyone in the entire school a heart attack. I can wholeheartedly say that this class is really special, and I couldn't imagine the past 6 years of my life anywhere else. Everyone makes decisions in life, both good and bad. Making the decision to stay at Hudson and to be an Admiral for the past 6 years has been the greatest decision we have all made. We have great challenges and great opportunities ahead. And due to the help of each parent, guardian, administration, teacher, and staff member, we will meet them and make history. On behalf of my class, I thank you. We are grateful to everyone at HHRS who has touched our lives, and we will miss you all as we embark on a new journey. We cannot wait to show you what great accomplishments are next within this history-making Henry Hudson class of 2020.
Congratulations, class of 2020. My name is Kevin Smith, and I once stood where you're standing right now. Not literally where you're standing and stuff, because you're probably in quarantine like the rest of us, but I too graduated Henry Hudson Regional way back in 1988. Yeah, it was 1988. 22 years ago, I graduated from Henry Hudson Regional. And you could tell because you just saw me do math out loud in the air, counting and stuff like that. I am the person I am today because of Henry Hudson Regional. And you folks, you good kids, are about to enter that world with me, man. You're about to start the journey of your lifetime, the adventure of your life. You only get one life, and you only get one life adventure. You're about to start it. Technically, you've been on it for a long time and stuff. But this is where you enter the real world. And I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but the real world could use some real help. And it's not going to come from me and my generation or the generation over me and stuff. Okay, boomers. Like, I get to say that to them too because I'm not one. But it ain't going to come from us. It's going to come from you. You are going to save the world, kids. I don't care if you're going to college or you're just getting a job or going into some business. You are the difference makers. You are the ones that, put on the masks and the capes, and you're going to save us. You're our superheroes, for heaven's sakes. Help us, Obi-Wan's Kenobis. You're our only hope, man. So I'm so happy for you. I was going to say proud, but we don't know each other. But I am proud because I'm a former Hudson graduate, so I know the feeling, man. I walked those hallowed halls that you walked up until the moment where they're like, get out, there's germs everywhere. And then you've been doing it from home on a computer ever since. So I know your senior year was not what you wanted it to be. But guess what? Good news is the rest of your life is exactly what you want it to be. Nobody tells you how to do it anymore, man. Now it's up to you. You get to make all the choices, shape and be your life. Congratulations. If I have any advice to pass on to anyone out there of a useful nature, I'm a storyteller. And that's kind of my bag in life. So my advice is always like, tell your story. Go figure, that works. But really, I mean, sing your song. Like, never mind telling somebody else's story. They're interested in you. They've never heard from you before. And that advice kind of goes for anybody, even if you're not like looking to tell stories for a living. The world, they're waiting for you. They ain't waiting for me or anyone like me or your parents because they've seen us and they've seen all our tricks and they're like, whatever. They've been waiting for you to show up, man, and show them how to do it all. You are the future, as I'm sure everybody has told you. But that's true. You literally are the future. As somebody who was once standing where you were, very particularly as a graduate, a senior at Henry Hudson Regional, an admiral, if you will. I could tell you that it's you'll never forget Henry Hudson. I still think about it all the time. Kids, this is my home podcasting studio. Here's my tassel. I wasn't kidding. Class 88, blue and white, just like you. Yours probably says 00, but class 88, man. Henry Hudson is always close to my heart and mouth, apparently, because I stick it right on this microphone and whatnot. But you'll never forget going to Henry Hudson. Even if you're sitting there right now going, oh, I can't wait to get out of here. Trust me, there's going to be a moment where you're going to be like, years from now it might be weeks from now, but you're going to be like, you know what? That wasn't that bad. That place was great. You left a wonderful place. You're leaving a wonderful place. And that's the circle of life. I don't mean like picking up lion cubs and eating, zebras and crap like that. I mean the circle of life is like we can't all stay in high school. I've tried for a long time. I've lived my life exactly as I did senior year of Henry Hudson. And so far, so good. It's working out. So that's a possibility if regression is your thing like mine. But the future is yours. You're going to build the future. And I look forward to being in your world. As I tell people all the time, I want to see your movie, man. So congratulations, class of 2020, from class of 88, man. Go Admirals. Go save the world, kids. Bye from Silent Bob. Ironic, isn't it? Happy graduation.
This concludes our virtual commencement ceremony. I hope you enjoyed this dedication to our seniors, and on behalf of everyone at Henry Hudson Regional School, we wish you well in all your future endeavors. Good night, and special thank you to Mr. Michael Livingston, TV video production teacher, for producing this video for your viewing pleasure.